Good afternoon to everyone. You know, after the lunch starts working on you. So the lunch has started working on you all. So can I have good afternoon to everyone? Thank you so much. You know, I'm a teacher, so therefore I like people getting back to me. So we're going to talk about overcoming barriers to learning for sustainability. So thank you so much for being here, all of you all. Now, you know that sustainability is very, very crucial for our planet. And there are a lot of obstacles that hinder the progress. But we're going to look at some figures and some statistics, and we're also going to be understanding how to go about it. So first of all, let's go for this. So let's understand, I don't know how it went. This entire projection, what is going to be the entire population of the world by 2050? 9.73 billion. And that's going to cost a lot of efforts on what? What is it going to be costing effort on what of things? What's going to become very, very scarce once the population reaches this much? Resources, anything else? A capital, every single thing is going to be really, really scarce. So therefore, what could be the barriers to coming across, offering the barriers to learning? Now on every table, I've kept some sheets out there. Have you seen that sheet across on every table? I hope it's been given across. There are some barriers and there are some solutions. Now on the table, I want you to, for 2 or 3 minutes, to brainstorm on that lovely tree. Write down in the bigger circles the major barriers, and on the smaller circles something which is not going to be very huge, but it is going to be definitely existing. Can you as a group come together and do this for 2 minutes? Okay, the tables at side, can I have the support system? I'd ask people to give this across. The other tables have the sheets or not? Okay. Okay, which tables have the sheet? Okay, can I just quickly put it across 2 different tables and everybody starts brainstorming and start putting your responses. Do we have any extras? Because I've got around 50 copies, so if there are, yes, thank you so much, sweetheart. So come together and let's quickly work on this. Because you all are experts, you already know it. Come, let's start working on it. The others have got it or not? All the other tables? Yeah, so you need to write down what are the barriers to learning. Write down what you foresee from the education point of view. From the education point of view, what are the barriers and what could be the possible solutions? I want to hear some noise. Have you started filling? Do we have any other extra ones? Thank you. Yes. No, barriers now in 2050, whatever you can foresee. At present also, and what you can foresee. What are the barriers? Everybody else out there has? The table last? So let's start. What barriers do you foresee? Come on. Mindset, very important. What are the barriers? What do you think in mindset? What could be wrong with mindset? Ready to change, readiness to change. That's the most important thing because hardly people wish to change. Which are the barrier? Sorry? Skilled and trained teachers, very much. Fine. So teacher-centered to student-centered. Excellent. Anything else? Language barriers. Yes, very much so. Ah, yes, yes, with now ChatGPT coming in, all this information overload. Anything else? Amazing. Yes. Exactly. So now already you've spoken about, I have laid down certain barriers myself. Lack of awareness and understanding. You'll be shocked to know that when data collection was taken, only 7% of students could define sustainability. But 97% of students can identify the latest celebrity gossip. And do you know what the latest gossip is? So, one solution could be, let's make sustainability the next Hollywood blockbuster. That is one way we could get something. Okay? The other barriers, very often we talk of sustainability, but people find it very difficult to integrate it within the curriculum. How do I do it? How do I teach it? I already have a lot of curriculum in my hand. How do I promote this? So they find it difficult. Another thing is the overwhelming complexity. They're not able to understand it because sustainability has 4 pillars. Any idea what the 4 pillars of sustainability are? The 4 pillars it rests on: social, human, economic, and environmental. So when we talk of 4 pillars, there's immense work happening out there. So these are the barriers that these people are finding to learning. I already spoke to you about this. So a framework is most important. And for this framework to work, the first thing, if you realize, this is the current state. The vision has to be the framework, the first part. What should be sustainable state? How do we bring in our SDGs as part of a framework? So this is the first part of it. The second part of it, can you identify what the second part is talking about? What is the second part? Enabling conditions. Yes, processes, systems. So what are these that is going to drive the entire thing into your schools? The third part, sustainability competencies. What competencies are required to drive sustainability in your school? When I talk of competency, it means skill, knowledge, attitude. All these 3 parts become your competencies. So what competency is going to drive sustainability in your school? The fourth part. What is the fourth part? Definitely, that's the solution, definitely. So to talk about it, when we're talking about this, the fourth part is education for sustainability. So what are your teaching strategies? What are your pedagogies? Your pedagogy can have interdisciplinary learning. So that is a pedagogy which needs to be a part of it. And the fifth part, which very often we just are able to overlook, monitoring. Many a times we do a lot of things, but after some time it falls flat. Why does it fall flat? Because we do everything in big enthusiasm, but the minute after some time, the monitoring is not happening, and therefore the program fails. So this is very important. So to make sure that this really works in your school, these 5 parameters are very, very important. Now you have that solution, you had the problems. Quickly to that, can you add the solutions to it? You wrote down the problem on one tree. On the solution side, can you put it across? What could be the solution to your own problems? Tell me, anybody? Excellent. Mapping. Anybody else? Collaboration is a key. Very good. Anybody else? Innovation, yes. Very important. Continuous teacher development. Anything else? Yes. So the reaching out is very important. So first of all, when you already spoke about interactive learning, I'm sure you all do this. You all have your guest speakers, field trips, workshop and competitions. But at the end of the year, how many have evaluated it to see whether it has made an impact on the students' learning? How many have evaluated? I got one hand up, two hands up. So that intact, this analysis, the study, how many action researches have taken place in your school on this? That's a very important thing. So action research is a key for this. I'm going to show you something which we have done in our school.
Of our science teachers, and we represent our school at this unique school program, which is organized by TERI, which stands for the Energy and Research Institute. It is a globe project and it's named Oceans Matter, Safeguarding its Oceans. Now, as the name suggests, it is mainly dedicated to creating scientific evidence-based awareness on environmental problems, especially having a look at the rapidly deteriorating conditions of oceans and how it impacts systems of the biosphere.
So tell me, did you apply STEM concepts to tackle the cause you are addressing to?
Yes. So as we all know, STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So throughout the course of this year-round project, every month we are assigned a mission that focuses on one of the factors that deeply influences the ocean. So for the first month, we measured the temperature of seawater using a digital temperature probe, and also the specific gravity of seawater using a hydrometer. We all did all of this then and there at our specific site, the Juhu beach. Now, having the temperature and the specific gravity values, we could relate them, and with our mathematics skills, we could come to the salinity level of the seawater. And so in this...
Okay, so this entire experiment, this entire program that we were running for 1 year, it's going the second year also, we had students integrate STEM concepts into making sure sustainability happens. And we started with 11 students and now it is built up to the entire class foyer. So that's how you go scaling up. That's another way to go up, scaling. Another way is access to resources and tools. I'm sure a lot of my speakers before this have spoken about this a lot. We do have all of this access. How can you further extend it? I think the collaboration is the key, which somebody already spoke to me. The fact that we connected with TERI connected with the US Embassy, and we were able to get all the materials from there. It supported us to extend our reach elsewhere. This is the most important part, which already ma'am has spoken about, integration into the curriculum. And since we run a STEAM curriculum where every single thing is integrated for them to understand how every concept extends into each other. So this is some kind of ways or processes that you can have curriculum integration within your school, which I'm sure you're having it. But again, how many of us are evaluating it at the end of the year? The impact analysis. And finally, another thing, simplifying and engaging. How many of us have taken gamification as a concept in our school? Excellent. And what is the results? Very good. So anybody else works? So gamification is one aspect. Gamification doesn't mean just creating games. Gamification is also having scoring boards, leadership boards. It is the aspects of all of this which when you put it into your school, sustainability becomes a real life thing. So this is what we had last year. Within the school curriculum, we told teachers, take that 1 week where you were doing your entire concepts, give it to the students and tell them to teach you through gamification. And the whole school became a gaming center. Okay, and we had called parents, and that learning which the students show, because we had a pre-test and then we had a post-test. And we saw that the post-test showed us amazing results. We asked the students, what theme would you want to follow next year? Because we have an event called as High STEAM, called as History with STEAM, so that it gets integrated. Otherwise, normally if you see, students don't like history. But doing this event, High STEAM, we allow them to respect history. And we asked them, what do you want this year? And they said, we want gamification again. So this is how strong gamification can work. And if we use that for sustainability, it can be some cause really create wonders. These are certain feasible solutions in action. I'm sure, again, solar panels is something that we all heard about. Recycling, composting. Composting, I'm sure everybody is doing in their homes and their schools. Community gardens, eco clubs. All this really support a lot of things. Final, we do. We always do. But how much do we monitor and how much do we evaluate is the most important thing. So my ending of this entire session is, the most important barrier is we forget to assess our own selves. So that assessment is what's most important for us, and therefore, if we all do that, we will make sure that the barriers to learning for sustainability are reduced as much as possible. So thank you so much.